All right, you're welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class this morning. We're just going to do a little rundown through B500 chart, and then we will talk about the price action deliveries that we've had on B500. Okay. All right. So this is daily time frame. Now, according to what has been taught already, some things have not been taught, but according to what has been taught already, we already know structure. We already know liquidity. We already know what they call entry. Okay. The few other things that we have not been taught, I think, is zones. Zones has not been taught, and then zones and key levels. Yes, they are the same thing. They have not been taught, and we are going to be touching it in the night. But you have a glimpse of what we are talking about here. All right, I've used this on the first day of boot camp. Now, first thing you do is mark highs that you can see. Any high you cannot see is not there. Okay, any high that you cannot clearly see. Don't let me say there are many highs in the market, but the ones you cannot clearly see is not there. So just don't disturb yourself on it. Don't push yourself on it. Okay, so on this time frame, this is what I have. I have this. Okay, so I'm trying as much as possible to make this clear so that everybody can see it. All right, so I have this. So the first thing you do is mark this range on higher time frame. This is what delivers our order flow. So we have this. This is range high. Okay, so that's the range high. And yes, so we have a range low around here. So that's the first thing to do. Okay. So that's the first thing to do. Mark your ranges. Know where you are looking at for price delivery. All right. So this is what we have. We have our range highs and our range low on daily. So now, according to boss God servant yesterday, he said that you have to look out for areas where you can be able to benefit from trading the market. Okay, and he make mention of a few other things before you can make your entry. So according to what we are seeing on this chart, you would notice that there's an imbalance around here. Okay, so let's mark the imbalance so that you can see it. So that is an imbalance. All right, so this is an imbalance here. All right, so now we have this imbalance around here. So we know that price will actually be dragged into this place. And secondly, yesterday we spoke about candlestick. Those are the things you need to look out for when you are looking at your chart. So we are talking about that right now. But then we are going to be talking about price delivery over and over as we go. Okay, so these are the first thing I want to see on higher time frame. Okay, where will price be attracted to? All right, there's an imbalance here. Okay, this is the range high, and then this is the range low. Okay, so if price want to actually retrace, it has to retrace into areas of imbalance or areas of liquidity. So price will either want to grab liquidity, or price will either want to fill an imbalance. All right, so and above this candle here, I want to show us above this candle here. I know most persons don't pay attention to this candle. This is a wickless candle. This candle, some people call it Marobozu, some people say it's fair value, some people's fair value gap, some people say it is liquidity. So most of the time people anticipate that price will come and clear both ends. So price will come and clear the upper part of this candle, and which price already have done that. So I just want you to see what we see in the market and what we look out for, or what I look out for in the market. So I want price to actually come and clear this high, and then price already did that. So now the next thing to do is you want to catch up with the retracement. Now, according to what we learned yesterday, boss gave an example of what people call break of structure. which is not actually break of structure because it doesn't align with the order flow of the market. So if it's not in line with the order flow of the market, if you go to weekly, this market is still a sell trend. So this market is still actually selling. So even on monthly, it's still actually a downtrend. So it's selling. Now, what we look out for is, okay, people, okay, from here, let me measure how many pips this is. So we are looking at price coming into this imbalance. Then let's measure it downward to this place. Now, this is about 500 points. So 500 points to the upside. Some people will love to take advantage of this point. So now, how do people take advantage of it? Now, we know that price has moved down impulsively. This leg was an impulsive leg. Now, let me be putting sign on it so that you can be able to see this. So this leg is an impulsive leg. It shoots down graciously. All right. So this impulsive leg need a retracement leg to be able to, make us comfortable to take the trade. Now, at this point, you either go to a lower time frame, maybe H4 or H1. Basically, let's check H4 first. Let's mark our structure on H4. So let's see what H4 has to give us. All right. So this is H4. Wow. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, please give me. Okay, so that's H4. You try as much as possible to mark your structure on H4 as price keeps going downward. Okay, so mark your structure on H4. That's probably how price will deliver. So I want to mark this structure. I've marked this to this place yesterday. Okay, sorry, the first day of the boot camp, I mark it to this place. Okay, so this is an high. All right, so this is a range high on this time frame, and this is the range low here. So we have this range low around here. Now that's what we have. We have a new high around here. Now, for certain reasons, some person, okay, let's say as price was delivering, I marked this high, okay? So I marked this high as price was delivering, and we have this low here. Sorry. Now, I wanted you to know that when price moves, you should always try as much as possible to see what is going on in the market. All right, so this is what we have. This price shoot up, breaking this high. So, sorry, I thought. Okay, so this is a range low, presumed range low. Okay, so this is the range high here, the previous range high. So now price created a new range high around here, okay, but then price break above it, and price continued delivering in that line. But if you will notice something, according to what we learned yesterday, you will notice that below this place, first of all, there's an imbalance there. Okay, so this is an imbalance here. So there's still reason for price to come downward and fill this imbalance. And there's still another imbalance below. Okay, there's still an imbalance around here. Okay, sorry. All right, so there's still an imbalance around here. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so there's an imbalance around there, which we will be anticipating price coming into before going up. So this alone gives us a simple information that this place might be an inducement, okay? Price might just be looking out to capture liquidity of those impatient traders that would be looking at entering from this zone, okay? So just follow me. If you have any question, we attend to that later on after this, class. So some persons want to enter around here, okay? But the only thing you could learn from it is that since there's imbalance below, this place might be an inducement, okay? There's a possibility that it is an inducement, high possibility, okay? And secondly, you will notice that there's an equal low here. Very simple, okay? All right, so this is an equal low around here. That's the equal low there. This is areas of liquidity. According to what we were taught yesterday, this is an example of static liquidity. So this place has an high tendency of being taken out. Even when price came into it, although price reacted to it, but obviously, if you are experienced and you know our rule-based trading, you know that we will not be taking trades around liquidity zone. So we will wait for price to at least clear it out first. All right, so anybody taking trade here, if he doesn't know how to exit, okay, it's already going to be liquidity for the market. So price came down and then took everybody out. So anybody entering here was already taken out. So this is not a valid low for me anymore, okay? So this is not a valid low. So my range low is still below here, okay? My range low is still below around here, okay? So now we were anticipating that price will come to this imbalance, okay? All right, so we are anticipating that price would come into this imbalance and then start going up. So now this becomes my new high, okay? This is now my new high. So all these ones, I will disregard them because this is a possible inducement. So I will not be considering this place as a high. So this becomes my new high. So price started coming down, okay? Now, according to what we learned yesterday, okay, we were taught that if price start moving up, our potential area of take profit should be the range high, okay? External liquidity at the upper end. If you are hearing me, please, can you type 111 in the chat box? Please type 111 in the chat box. Please. All right, all right. Okay, if you get it to where I stopped, can you type 222 in the chat box? You get it to where I stopped. Can you type 222 in the chat box? All right, amazing, amazing. Thank you all, thank you. All right, so let me proceed, okay? So when I see this imbalance, I know that price would want to come to this lower part of the imbalance, and I'm already gunning out for it. I'm looking out for it. I'm waiting for price to come into this, and boom, price came into it first. As soon as price came into this imbalance, now we want to think about how to enter this market. That's when you want to think about how to enter the market. Which lower time frame will you consider, okay, to take this trade forward? Actually, I missed this trade around here. I didn't take it now because my student knows that I'm a zone kind of trader. Basically, I just use imbalance to validate my zones, okay? So when price got here, I didn't go for it, or probably it didn't give a lower time frame entry. Even if it has given, I wouldn't have taken it. So let's mark this place and let's go to lower time frame and see what price did around here. All right, so let's go to this H4, let's go to M30, let's see what price did around there. All right, so okay, all right. So this is M30. So this was M30. Wow, there was a clear break of structure and a good retest. Yeah, you should always be able to take this. So this was a break of structure here, and there was a retracement. That was a retest around this zone. So you should be able to, you know, get your zones right, okay? So there was something, a retest around here, and that is it. So as soon as price give this retest, you are buying. And secondly, you see, this becomes a new high. I'm just trying to show you something. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit so that we can see clearly. If you can see it, can you type 111 in the chat box? You can see clearly before I proceed so that you can see clearly. All right, okay. So yeah, so now this becomes a new range high on this time frame, okay? So this is a new range high on this time frame, and price went above it. Point to note. Now, around this area, because I know some persons will be looking to buy again around here. Yeah, you can possibly buy around here, but I wouldn't be buying around there because it has lots of liquidity lying down. And as soon as I see that, I know that, okay, even if price to buy is not what I want to take. Okay, it's not what I want to take. Yes, the class is recorded. I'm recording the class. All right. So this is not what I want to take. I will just wait for price to get into this zone. Now, this is the zone I look at. Although some people mark all this zone, okay? Yeah, this is a very good zone to look out for, but this is the zone, this candle is what I'll be concentrating on, this candle. So as soon as price gets to this candle, I'm already in the buy. And now my next TP will be here, because most persons will be looking for the H4 high. The place to take partial is around here, this current M30 range high, okay? So you take your partial here. I'm taking you through the step-by-step how we trade this market. All right, so now all these things, I didn't really have time. Maybe I've been busy this year, so no serious time to look at this. Now, let's go and look for this. Okay, on 5 minutes, you might not be able to see this, but let's try. All right, this zone, as soon as price gets to this M30 zone, let's see what price wants to do, okay? Let's go to M5. All right, so this is M5. Let's see what price we do around that place. That's if we have an information concerning that. All right, so we didn't have any information about that. So let's go to 10 minutes. Let's go to 10 minutes, okay. So let's see what price is doing on 10 minutes. This is how to navigate time frames, you know, just, wow, we don't have any information on that too on, on 10 minutes. So let's go to 15 minutes. Now, I just wanted you to be able to understand what we do. Even if you can get a glimpse of that on these time frames, it will be appreciated. I will love it. All right, so it's here. Wow, it didn't load. All right, so let's just leave that. Let's just leave it. Okay, so that's what we have. So I believe you understand the concept of what I'm talking about. If you understand it, drop a fire emoji. Just drop a fire emoji in the chat box. You understand to that extent, drop a fire emoji in the chat box. Now, I've just taught you just to touch what was taught yesterday. Yeah, so that you can be able to get that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So that's that. Now, again, we have, let's proceed. Okay. Now, price hit TP, creating this new high. This is how to follow price. Like I told you, make sure you are trading in alignment with the order flow of the market. All right. So since H4 is trying to buy, let's say H4 is your order flow determinant time frame. So H4 is trying to buy. All you are looking for is how to get into the buy. Okay. So let me delete this. All right. First thing to spot is where is imbalance. Boom. You mark your imbalance first. Irrespective of anything, your imbalance first. That's how I do my stuff. Then your liquidity follows. Okay. So this is imbalance here. Now, which zone should I be looking to take trades from? Very simple. The first zone I'll be looking at is this zone. That's the first place. There's a tendency that price might stop us out or something, but I'll be looking at here. And if this place wouldn't hold price, then I will now start looking downward. But for the fact that this has imbalance above it, I'll be looking here first. All right. Secondly, as soon as price got to this high, now most of us will be looking around here. Yeah, but for me, for certain reasons, I will show us that maybe in the evening, because this place, if I start marking, you might not but evening will show it. This place has liquidity on it, double equal lows. When you go to lower time frame, you are going to be seeing it. So now that place has equal low on it, so I will not be taking it. That's liquidity. Price will always come for it and clear it. But as such, I'll be looking for areas below that zone. So this zone is where I'll be considering all this. So you should be able to spot up or spot on all these immediately. You don't need to, take yourself through stress and then unnecessary thinking. All right. So we have a target basically. But I remember yesterday, God's servant said the fact that you see a break of structure like this, because I know most persons, this is a typical example of what you were saying yesterday. Now you see a break of structure like this, most persons assume that price want to change trend and start going downward. Remember, we have fair value gap above. Even if it goes down, it will still come back and clear you out. All right, so most persons will want to take trade from here. You are not wrong. But the goal of trading is to be profitable and make consistent profit. So if you take a sell here, why not? It played out well, amazingly well, okay? So it went down, you would have taken your partial and it's still going. So price would have come back and hit you out at break even anyway. So, but you would have taken something off the market. So this is just what you need to know about the market. I can continue. Let's go back to H4. Let's go back to H4. Let's see price delivery on H4. Let's see price delivery on H4, okay? So now, all right, you see all the markings, see how it looks on this time frame. Meanwhile, all these short terms lows that I mark on M30 are areas of potential liquidity. As soon as price is able to clear this range high, all these places will be liquidity zone for price. So price will liquidate them. Now, because price has not filled completely this imbalance has not been filled completely, price had to come back there. Immediately you see price struggling to break this range high on H4, something is fishy. It means that price really want to go a little to the downside, which made this area point of inducement, okay? I marked this place, I can't remember for my student, I think I marked it, I can't remember, but I should still have the chart because I keep record of all my charts analysis. So now this place had become an inducement because we still have little imbalance to come back and fill. So price came back, fill all the imbalance and started going up. So as such, now price kept breaking structure above. On lower time frame, you're going to be seeing this clearly. Okay, I would have given you assignment to be able to do this, but I hope most of us we cover up and do all this. Okay, so price just continue shooting up until it break this range high. So this range high was taken out. So now this range high got taken out. Okay, there was no reason for price to come downward on this time frame, no imbalance whatsoever. So price had a smooth move to the upside. Okay, very simple. Now all these moves that are happening on this time frame, now this is another break of structure that everybody terms break of structure. Yeah, this can depict, now this place I marked. Okay, I hope everybody is still hearing me before I'll just be all right. So okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so now this place would have been termed break of structure by some of us. Before now, I also used to use that as break of structure anyway, but this is just a little sign that price want to actually retrace after clearing H4 highs. Like I said yesterday when I was responding to the question that was asked, price, it has, now this place is a very good place to take a sell, but all right, but this is high risk because the other flow on H4 is a buy. So if you are taking this trade around here, it's serious high risk, and we are looking for price to get to area of imbalance on daily. So price has not gotten there. So I'm looking for more buys to the upside, even at a site of break of structure. Presumed break of structure on H4. So I will not be taking this sell. I will allow it because I'm looking for price to just retrace and continue pushing back to the upside. And that's what price did. So when you know from higher time frame perspective, what is the other flow and what phase is the market in, Is the market in an uptrend phase? Or an impulsive phase? There are two phases. We have not spoken much about all these things. We are going to talk about it this evening. I hope people join the class early. So I don't want us to stay long on this call so that we can go and relax and then prepare for evening. Okay, so no matter what price is presenting to you, when you understand the order flow, you try to trade in line with the order flow. Some people call it the trend of the market. Some people call it anything you want to call it, but make sure you follow the order flow. All right, so I think I've done justice to that extent. Now let's go back and do something else. Okay, I want to show us something else. Okay, so let me quickly show us something else, something a little bit different. All right, now after price has gotten to the daily imbalance, okay, let's go back to daily. You will ask your question in the next 10 minutes. So I just want to show you something here. And I might just use one other example. Okay, maybe later. What? Hope it's not network. All right, sorry, it's still loading. Okay, all right. So, all right, so now as soon as price feel this imbalance on daily, you see price has already tapped into it, feel it. It has done all I want it to do on daily, basically. I want it to come here, clear this high, and price already did that. I want it to, feel the imbalance, price already did that. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for a confirmation to go lower. Actually, if you are marking structure the way I told you to mark it, this will also be the same high as weekly. If you go to your weekly chart, you see this high as weekly. And as such, what I'm looking for is a break of structure on H4 after price has gotten to the zone I was looking for price to get to. All right, so you go back to H4. I will teach us on time frame, so that we can be able to get the gist properly, okay? H4 loading. All right. Well, wow. Okay. We are still waiting for the chart to load. All right, so the chart load H1. All right, we are looking for H4. We want to see H4. So I want to see what price is doing on H4 and how do I confirm this. All right, so let's mark structure on H4. Let's mark structure on H4, okay? Now, according to what you have been taught, we have this. This was the last eye that was created. Now, let me show you something, because most of the persons, the way we enter trades are very, maybe, I don't know what to call it, but let's just assume, okay, let's say this is the H4 previous low, okay? This is H4 previous low. I want you to be able to see it so that you won't say, this is not how I used to mark chart or something, okay? So this eye was cleared and boom, cleared to the upside, and price broke structure around here. So this was a good break of structure for a lot of persons. Now they are looking to enter trade around here. They want to enter the trade around here, but price took them out. Now there's a reason why price took them out. The reason is what I've shown you on daily. There is a Marubozu candle and a fair value gap candle, a liquidity candle on daily, a wickless candle on daily. Price had to go to that candle and clear it out. If you are not able to notice that, you would have been stopped out here, a number of times. So let me show you again, because, okay, yeah, that's the candle I marked here. You see this black line? That's the candle representing it. Let me go to the left-hand side a bit. What? This is supposed to load it. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's check it on this time frame also. Okay. All right. I want you to be able to see the candle there, okay, so that you can also see it. All right, so this is the candle. So this is where price had to clear. So let's go back to daily so that you can see it, okay, so that it will not be like I'm saying it. I want to show you so that you can also see it. All right, so we are still loading the chart. Wow. Okay, so you can see the candle. This is the bearish candle. That's the Marubozu candle. I'm waiting for price to come and clear this high of the candle before I do anything on this chart. Even though I see plenty break of structure, I am actually not interested. I fall victim of this a number of times, so I have taken the correction. So when I see all these candles, I know what they are about to do to them. All right, so at this level, let's check. Let's see what we've got. Wow. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so price still went up, stop everybody out, clear this high. So now this becomes the valid low for me. Okay, so this is a low I'm looking at. Although there's liquidity there, yeah. So I'll be looking at this low. If you are not looking at this low, then you can be looking at this low here. Okay, so one of the two must actually get broken. So anyone that got broken is fine. Maybe because of liquidity around there, this equal low, you might be looking at this place. But that is what we are expecting. So as soon as price cleared that low, we were waiting for price around here. So this was where we were waiting for price, and we're waiting for some sort of break of structure and retest on lower time frame, and which someone notified us this morning that M30 already broke structure and retested. Okay, so let me see if that is confirmed from my side. But I think, yeah, I think it showed us. Okay, so it showed us, and yeah, so just for a sell down. So we're looking for a sell down. Okay, let me use a line chart so that most of us can see it. All right, so structure broke. Okay, so structure broke around here. So we are selling to the downside. Okay, so now we are ready to sell. So that's just how to go through charts. No stress, nothing. So price broke, we are selling to the downside. So yeah, so I think we just did a rundown on B500. Okay, so we have learned a lot. Okay, all right. So at this point, I will be entertaining question and answer. Okay, from everybody that is present. If you have a question, you can ask. If you have any question, you can type or, raise your hand. Okay, I guess no one has any question. All right, the videos will be posted on the YouTube channel. You can access it there. I will work on it now and then post it now so that we can all access the video. Okay, so since there's no question, we will be waiting